Ask someone in Otago which council fixes the road outside their gate, and most people will know the answer. Ask which council looks after the river that road crosses, and the answer usually takes longer. That pause is the whole argument. In 2026, Clutha, Central Otago, and Queenstown Lakes considered a rural Otago Unitary Authority without urban Dunedin. The immediate argument was about local voice. The deeper idea is more useful than the argument itself. A unitary authority does not make a region smaller. It changes who must join up the decisions. That matters because New Zealand local government often works in two layers. Your city or district council deals with the things that feel closest to home. It plans streets and neighbourhoods. It runs water services, rubbish collection, libraries, parks, and many local roads. When a new suburb needs pipes, a playground, and a plan for houses, this is usually the council people see. Above that sits a regional council. Its area is wider. It looks after matters that do not stop at a town boundary: rivers, air quality, land use, flood protection, public transport in some places, and regional planning. This can be sensible. A river does not become a different river when it crosses from one district into another. A flood plan can need one view of a whole catchment. At the same time, a small town may not want a distant city deciding every local street, hall, or swimming pool. The two layers are trying to solve two different map problems. Then comes the unitary authority. A unitary authority carries both jobs. It is the local council and the regional council for the same area. One elected body must deal with the local pipe in the ground and the wider river system around it. That sounds like a tidy answer. One meeting, one long-term plan. One set of staff working through connected problems, but tidier is not the same as easier. Take a house built near a river. The district council may think about roads, pipes, building consent, and where homes can go. The regional council may think about flood risk and the river itself. When those decisions sit in separate organizations, the public can see the gap between them. When they sit in one organization, the gap has to be settled inside the same council. The conflict has not disappeared, it has moved into one room. This is why a new council structure is never only an efficiency question, it is also a democracy question. Who sits in that room? Who can make a case for a small settlement when a fast-growing place needs expensive roads and water? Who speaks for people upstream when a decision helps people downstream? Otago makes those questions especially clear. Queenstown Lakes has rapid growth and big pressure on infrastructure. Central Otago and Clutha include large rural areas, farms, small communities, and long distances between services. Dunedin is the region's largest urban centre. Putting all of them into one authority could give one body a wider view. Leaving the city outside could protect a rural majority from being outvoted by the urban population. Neither description proves which choice is right. They show the trade-off. New Zealand has made big council changes before. In 1989, about 700 councils and special purpose bodies were combined into 86 local authorities. In 2010, one regional council and 7 territorial authorities in Auckland became Auckland Council, a unitary authority. Those changes did not end arguments about rates, transport, water, or representation. They changed the place where the arguments happened. That is the first useful test for any amalgamation plan. Do not ask only whether it removes a layer of government. Ask which decisions become joined together and whose daily knowledge could be harder to hear. There is a second test. Look for the scale of the problem. Some work becomes better when it follows a whole region. Flood protection, A river catchment and a public transport network can be damaged by a boundary drawn in the wrong place. Other work depends on being close enough to notice a broken footpath, a library need, or a local water issue before it grows. A good structure needs to hold both truths at once. That is why local boards, community boards, wards, and clear representation rules matter so much after a merger. They are not a decorative extra. They are the part that decides whether a larger authority can still hear a smaller community. The Otago proposal was triggered by a national push to simplify local government, with councils invited to put forward outline ideas. The news hook will pass. The question will remain in every part of New Zealand that considers a merger. When two councils become one, what exactly becomes simpler? The answer should not be a chart showing fewer logos. It should be a clear account of how a person in a small town can still shape a decision about the road outside their gate, while the river beyond the town is managed as one connected system. That is the real work of a unitary authority. It joins maps. Whether it joins communities depends on what happens next.